Welcome everybody to part 2 of Warzone on the Road to Infinity and Beyond. And we start off with Tim Drake, Red Robin, who says he's got somebody he wants to address. Let's find out who that is, and let's hand over the mic to him.
I've had enough of people thinking they can push me around. I've battled, brawled, and bled for everything I've got, and I still don't get the respect I deserve, the respect I've earned. Well, that stops today.
Obviously, Tim Drake feeling a bit slighted by the rest of the roster here.
In MFW, to be a winner, you have to be willing to sacrifice everything. Your personal life, your body, everything that makes you who you are in order to reach your potential. This guy thinks he can just coast by and have everything handed to him without sacrifice. That's why he's a loser.
Clearly, Tim Drake has somebody specific in mind. Feels like somebody else is getting better opportunity. He is a champ.
I'm going to settle this once and for all. Shazam, get your ass out here so I can show you and management that I'm the one that deserves everything you have.
Not sure what much more Shazam could have than he does. I mean, of the two, Tim Drake is the one who won the Multimedia Championship. But regardless, seems he has a bone to pick with Billy Batson, and Billy Batson out here to answer this young man's challenge, one can presume. Although Tim Drake seems surprised that this man's music is even playing. Must not have expected a response, but here he is. Billy Batson, aka Shazam, making his way to the ring to give his response to the words laid out by one Timothy Drake, one of the many boy wonders of the Dark Knights. Well, unfortunately, the stable of young boys. I know how it sounds, but I mean, if we're going to be technical about it, if we're going to be literal, that is exactly what it is. It's questionable, but what a man does in a rubber bat suit is entirely his business. So we move on.
All right, it's time for you to be quiet now. You've had your fun, but it's time for a real superstar to talk. And what am I going to talk about? Well, that's a pretty good question. I'm not in a good mood, and most people here can probably guess why. But I'll explain for those who don't know.
Obviously, Billy Batson not taking this well, but keeping a light heart as expected.
Whoa. Don't come out here and interrupt me. I'm in the middle of stuff. Important stuff. Way more important than whatever it is you have to say right now.
Obviously, Tim Drake playing a bit of a mind game here. The one who called him out.
Judging from the looks on the faces of the MFW multiverse, right now I think it's safe to say that they are as bored with you as I am. So please, stop this before you put everyone to sleep.
Well, as expected, a bit juvenile between these two, both of fairly young age, so...
From all the trash you like to talk, maybe you should switch careers and become a garbage man. That way, you'd get to spend as much time among trash as you like, or just buddy up with management more. We all know that trash begets trash, and they might be able to help you more than you can help yourself.
Things escalating rather quickly here for these two.
You need to realize something. I know how to play this game better than anybody. With the pull I have, all I have to do is go back there and ask, and I'll make sure you're in opening matches for the rest of your life.
Now leveling threats, and things are starting to get a bit more serious here between these two. I'm not really sure what happened. Seems personal.
Big words, little man. You're spoiling for a fight you know is not going to happen tonight. But mark my words, we are going to fight at a time and place of my choosing, and when we do, they're going to be carrying you out on a stretcher.
This has gotten slightly uncomfortable. It's become far more personal and threatening than this started.
You aren't serious, are you? You know this is MFW, right? Where real superstars compete against each other. The daycare center is down the street. I'll give them a call. Make sure they have plenty of soft toys for you when you get there.
Not sure that the disrespect being shown here is the best way to... Well, regardless, it seems like this is going to come to a head sooner rather than later.
If there's one thing I know, it's always look both ways before crossing a street. Safety is very important. Similarly, if you're about to challenge a superstar to a fight, be sure you know what you're getting into.
Strong words exchanged by both these men. Have to wonder exactly how this will come to a head.
Looky. Me and all these people have better things to do than to sit here any longer. In fact, there's a party downtown. Who's coming? That's right. Whether this banana likes it or not, we're gonna keep on keeping on.
Peace!
Well, that is apparently all that Tim Drake has to say on the matter. Gonna leave the challenged Billy Batson with those last words and depart. Billy Batson seems surprised it didn't go any further than that, but we'll find out what happens with those two after Infinity. A lot of things to get to, so we can only focus on one thing at a time, and right now we have Deadpool accompanied to the ring by Cable taking on Thanos one more time. Why? Well, he made a fair point. Both men were involved in that brawl backstage, but only one was given a chance to end up in that Retcon-in-the-Bank briefcase match. And now, if he can beat Thanos once again, he'll earn a spot as well. Fair play. As Thanos makes his way to the ring, you will recall that on the last Warzone, it was Cable making his singles debut against Thanos, but where Thanos finally picked up a singles victory. It's taken quite some time to get here, more than anyone would expect, but finally Thanos picking up a win and looking to keep those winning ways moving and going through a man who's caused him quite a bit of headaches in the past few weeks, at least in our little pocket multiverses time. Now, Deadpool, Thanos, quite a history, these two. But here in MFW, good lord, hitting a brick wall there did Deadpool. You would have to say that it came to a head when Thanos seemed to say something to Deadpool that provoked him. Deadpool pushed back. The two got into a brawl, and eventually Thanos was basically speared into an electrical box, which short-circuited and almost literally fried him. Deadpool fled from the scene. That led to the fact that Thanos would face Cable, the winner gaining a spot in that 8-man ladder match. It was believed Deadpool shouldn't be rewarded for his actions during that brawl, but then, as we said, point made. Deadpool didn't necessarily provoke that fight. Therefore, this is his chance to earn his spot in if he can beat Thanos. Thanos essentially defending his position. Oh, pop-up. Oh, turned into an arm drag. That quickness of Wade Wilson to be able to turn around even a seemingly perilous situation. Deadpool seems to have Thanos' number, at least in these past few encounters, obviously defeating him in singles action, humiliating Thanos yet again after his initial defeat to the likes of Ant-Man. He's just had such trouble with these smaller opponents. Only victory he's gotten has been over somebody who was an inch taller than he was. Cable clocking in at 6'8", 6'7" for Thanos. But Deadpool, not exactly a slight man, but very quick, very acrobatic. Relies more on finesse and the skill, despite his personality. Yes, finesse is involved. Oh, this humiliating pin position we've seen before. Looking right into Billy Bowtie's eyes. Only a 2 count, though. But he's essentially had his number. Defeated him in that singles contest, as well as in that backstage brawl, managing to get the upper hand and spear him right into that electrical box. And now Thanos stomping away. But Thanos has been essentially had new life breathed into him by picking up this victory over Cable. He finally has a win, finally proven that he is not, oh, someone to be overlooked. Big powerbomb there. And thus far in this match has really been dominating Wade Wilson. Obviously, Deadpool's gotten in a little bit of offense here and there, but for the most part, Thanos has been utterly in control. Cable watching on the outside. An exhausted Deadpool on the ropes. Big hammer blows. Oh, Deadpool missing with the dropkick. Quick to respond, though. Make sure he doesn't pay for it. The Merc with the mouth. Wade Wilson. History with Thanos dealing back to the courtship of Lady Death. Death has quite a fondness for the seemingly unkillable Wade Wilson. Always one which you can't have, right? You know what I'm talking about, fellas. And ladies. Oh. Hand around the throat. Thanos looking for a choke slam. Down he goes. A little bit of hang time, but you can see the exhaustion starting to write itself into the body language of Thanos. Obviously, this is a big opportunity for Deadpool to try and get into that... Oh! Into that Retcon-in-the-Bank ladder match. Hanging above the ring will be a briefcase with the opportunity to challenge for the Multiversal Championship anytime, any place. But now here at Dominator, this move ended Cable in their singles match. 1, 2, 2.5. Thanos can't believe it, but Deadpool kicks out. Gotta wonder if there will be any jealousy over the fact, or maybe just irritation, that Cable couldn't put away Thanos, but Deadpool could in their first encounters. Oh, Uranagi out of the corner. Obviously, these two close friends, but at the same time, it's a bit of an odd couple. So anything can happen with these two. They've been enemies before. Those who know the movie Deadpool 2 will know that. Pin made here, but not more than a 1 count, as Wade Wilson trying to wear down Thanos as much as possible. Hasn't taken a great deal of damage by comparison, has Thanos. But now setting up for the money shot. Can he hit it? No! Ducked! Thanos getting out of the way at the last moment, but a big European uppercut as Deadpool tries to find an opportunity to hit it. Caught the leg this time. Went for a second money shot and not really finding any purchase on that big old chin target of Thanos. Oh! Good God, the head bounced off that top turnbuckle on the way down from that powerbomb. How there was only a 1 count, I have no idea. It looked like his skull ricocheted off that top turnbuckle during that powerbomb. He could have a concussion. That's, I mean, granted, heals faster than most, but we have power dampeners in the arena. We don't know how slow his healing is. Because of that, big European uppercut from that elevated position, a signature maneuver of Thanos. 1, 2. Oh, 2.9, ever so close. This close to finally putting a nail in the coffin of Deadpool and picking up a solid victory, but yet to do so, it seems to elude the galactic conqueror that is Thanos. The gauntleted Thanos looking to pick up a pinfall victory with this second Dominator right into the pin. 1, 2, 2.9. The hand was about to hit the mat. Billy Bowtie arguing with Thanos. He got more guts than I do. Thanos getting in his face, and he said, no, that is a 2 count. McCall is final. Knees up! Thanos going for a rare attempt at a diving body splash, and Wade Wilson making him pay for it with a big counter, knees to the gut on the way down, and suddenly things have swung in the favor of the Merc with the mouth. Deadpool rolling out of the ring here. Thanos going up top yet again. I don't know if this is a great idea given the first attempt. Wow, didn't even come close. Just, I mean, he cleared Cable, thankfully. There wasn't a train wreck there, but just did not have the aerial reach to make it all the way to where Deadpool was standing, and that was a crucial mistake. A miscalculation from Thanos, a rare one at that. Normally not one to miscalculate, but then again, Deadpool does throw this man off his game. Getting rid of the turnbuckle pad. Not sure he needs to go to these lengths, but perhaps he feels like he's got to pull one over on Thanos to do some damage. Into the turnbuckle. A little bit of added damage. And now setting up. Could we see a money shot on that big chin? No! Caught it again. A third attempt foiled. Fighting out, trying not to end. Oh! Oh! What was that? A sort of faint springboard catching his delts on the second rope, bouncing back into a cross body. innovative offense of Wade Wilson. So unique. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. That was fantastic. Especially not during the MFW multiverse mode, as we'll call it. That was incredible. Wade Wilson, though, fighting back into this. A big chop in the corner. Going for the pin. Likely not going to be enough, but a 2.5 off that. Just goes to show you now, both men have taken quite a deal of punish. Oh, but the ref has noticed. Billy Bowtie has noticed the turnbuckle, and he finally hits the money shot, but he's not paying attention. Wade Wilson hoisted. That's right, I said hoisted by his own petard. That's easily 5, 6, 7. It's too late. Wade Wilson realized taking off that turnbuckle pad distracted the referee. Going in for a second pin, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 2, only a 2. Oh, that's gotta be kicking yourself over something like that. Removed the turnbuckle pad. Did a little extra damage with it, but it ended up costing him in the end. Finally busting open Thanos with that money shot. Straight to the face. Falling into the pin. Exhausted. And no referee in sight to count the pin. Busy fixing the turn. You don't learn, Wilson. You just saw what happened. Why would you do this again? It already backfired on you once. How very Wade Wilson to then do the same thing twice despite how it backfired. But that kills me. That kills me because that is clearly a moment where I think it was set in stone. Deadpool would have won and earned his shot in that ladder match. A big miss there. Thanos moving out of the way just in time to avoid a Daredevil-esque fearless forearm. Powerbomb on the outside into a Boston Crab. Already at a 3 count. Oh, he's tapped out. I don't know if you heard that. If you heard that dull thudding. Deadpool tapped out on the outside, but it does not count. This is not a Falls Count Anywhere match. Has to take place in the ring. At a 5 count. I mean, these two so busy trying to inflict damage on one another. I don't think they realize what's going on. Thanos hasn't even checked for the count. We're at a 7. Big belly to belly. I think he just wants to hurt him. At an 8 count. At a 9, he's not even attempting to approach the ring. That's a double count out. It's a draw, and unfortunately, draw goes to the defender. Thanos does not lose his spot. He will remain in that 8-person ladder match for the Retcon-in-the-Bank briefcase. Tough luck for Deadpool, but Deadpool still has not been defeated by Thanos, and Thanos still without a victory over the Merc with a Mouth. But we move on. What is this match you're about to see here? Well, as you see the tunes of Iron Patriot flowing through your ears and these flashing lights means that presumably Norman Osborn, Iron Patriot, the man in the stolen Stark armor, making his way to the ring. But it won't be a one-on-one match with Tony Stark, although Iron Man will be involved in this. No, we mentioned in part 1 that we were going to have several factions represented in a multi-man match. The winner of this match will be the Marvel representative going up against a DC representative to be determined in a match after Infinity. Those two representatives will face off 1-on-1, and the winner will become the Director of Warzone. We've been in need of an authority figure for quite some time here, as we've seen over the past few episodes. So it is only right that we do something about that. And here, making his way to the ring, the second entrant in this match, Reed Richards. There will be 4, so lucky Fantastic 4 here. A fatal 4-way with these individuals. Iron Patriot representing the organization Hammer. Should he win, Hammer, perhaps even the Dark Illuminati or the Dark Avengers, will take control of Warzone. However, if Reed Richards wins, obviously the Fantastic Four will be in charge of policing Warzone, essentially. And that leaves our other 2 competitors. We mentioned Iron Man, who will be the last entrant in this Fatal 4, representing the Avengers. Should he win, he would have the potential to face the DC representative, and then if he were to go on and win, the Avengers would be in charge of policing Warzone. Essentially, whoever walks out of this match has an opportunity for not only themselves, but the teams, the factions, the organizations they represent to have some significant authority on MFW Warzone. Nick Fury and Shield obviously essentially having the same situation over on Fight Night, inspiring this match as now Cyclops, the third of our 4 entrants, representing the X-Men. Should he win, of course, all of the X-Men potentially have some greater say, some greater representation in Warzone's power structure, which would mean quite a bit to the mutant activist Scott Summers. And here he is, Tony Stark, as we mentioned, representing the Avengers, Iron Man. These 4 looking for this opportunity, but the winner of this match will not become the Director of Warzone. No. Just one half of that match. The DC representative will be decided in a similar multi-man match after Infinity's results are decided. And then those 2 winners will go head-to-head to become the Director of Warzone. So let's get this match started. Thank you once again for joining me, as always. Billy Bowtie, ring that bell. Hit that like button. Pummeling on Cyclops here. Give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see. All that stuff. Oh! Big Enziguri counter off the handspring from Cyclops. Already going 100 miles an hour is this group of 4. Remember to scribe and... Scribe? Yes. Like the ancient elves and mages, I want you to scribe to my channel. Sorry, subscribe. Hit the scribe button. Hit that notification gong so you don't miss a thing. All these episodes jam-packed with multiversal combat action. And once again, from the bottom of my heart, always means the world to me to have you guys coming back for more every single episode. Warms the cockles of my old rickety heart. It's not that old. It's a little rickety, though. Iron Patriot has Cyclops in the ring. Reed Richards and Iron Man on the outside. 2 members of, we mentioned the Dark Illuminati. These are the 2 members of the actual Illuminati, Tony Stark and Reed Richards, along with the likes of Professor X, Black Bolt, Doctor Strange. You might also remember, if you're a big reader of the comics, those are the individuals who sent the Hulk off planet. So, not always the biggest of heroes, sometimes making some calls that are questionable. Iron Patriot, Norman Osborn, along with the likes of Doctor Doom, Loki, involved in that Dark Illuminati, Emma Frost as well. Also, in charge of putting together the Dark Avengers, the likes of Daken, who took the place of Wolverine, and Bullseye, who took the place of Hawkeye, and of course himself taking the place of both Iron Man and Captain America, because that's just how egotistical he is. And many others. Moonstone taking the place of Captain Marvel. And I am nerding out, so before I keep going, let's focus back on this matchup here. Captain Marvel, wait! Cutthroat slam from Iron Patriot. 1, 2, Reed Richards not paying attention, that's the 3 count! Too busy focused on Iron Man, had his back to Iron Patriot, and a sneaky win with the cutthroat side slam to Cyclops. And Iron Patriot has picked up a sudden victory in a far quicker match than we would expect from a Fatal 4-Way, but he will be going on as the representative of Hammer in that match to determine the Director of Warzone. Thank you once again for joining me. This has been the main event of Warzone, headed towards infinity and beyond. Always fun to say it that way. Remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. This world has enough negativity and it has enough going on to make you feel down or make you feel like there's not a lot going for it. But you gotta remember, there's always silver linings, there's always things to look forward to, even if it's just a dumb show where you watch a bunch of comic book characters beat the crap out of each other. So, have a good one, guys.